Good morning. It is Monday. We got back to school yesterday, so it's my first day back, and it's about 7:35, and I'm getting ready to head to breakfast for the day because I just got up and got ready. But my first class is 20 cent, so I'm gonna go over there and start classes.
Hey guys, so it's Catherine on the voiceover here. So I just want to kind of explain what I'm doing here. So with the way my schedule works, on Mondays and on Thursdays, I have my third and fourth period off, which are the periods right before lunch. So during this time, I spend a lot of that just working on math homework, which is what I'm doing here. So I've got my headphones in and I'm just kind of working on a review for our trig quiz, which will be the next week when this comes up. So I'm just kind of going through all of that. I just prefer to use my periods off as a work period so that after school, that's time when I'm free to work on clubs or to hang out with friends more often than not. So it's really a time that I dedicate to schoolwork, and particularly these periods off I dedicate specifically to math because that's what works well for me. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. So I don't think I filmed this, but I'll repeat this again on Friday when I have these two periods off again. Now, having third and fourth period off also means that I have an earlier lunch on this day. I actually get lunch at 11 instead of 11:30. So that's where I'm going to spend most of my midday on these days actually in my room, either doing homework or doing something like reading my Bible or something that's more of a relaxing thing. So year I am starting to wrap up my math work, start to finish up a few problems, get ready to meet up with my friend who I always go to lunch with. And then this lunch is actually special because I went to a lecture online, so it's a lecture about biology, which is really cool, and I can spend my midday doing that. So that was really fun. And then I didn't film anything else, but here's what my desk looked like at the end of the day. So yeah.
Good morning. It is Tuesday morning now. It's about 7:30, but it's time to start getting ready to head over to school, but I just wanted to check in. It's not too busy of a day, so I don't know what I'll be filming, but come along with me.
So for Tuesday, one of the things that I did today, which is something I try and do at least once a week to write down, is on my wardrobe, because it's kind of like a whiteboard surface where I can wipe it off. I actually write all of my prayer requests down on this board, and throughout the day as I look at them, I can pray for those people. So I list friends, family, people that I know in passing, or something that I've heard that I feel like we need prayer for during this week. So I'm just taking that time to write it out so that every time I see it, there's something on there that I can pray for, which is really helpful for me. So I'm trying to write down at least 3 things for every person that I put up on the board. I mean, it doesn't always happen that way, but that's how it worked this week for the most part. So this is going to be a longer section because I do like to dedicate a lot of time to this. I'm actually praying over each of these people as I'm writing these down, so it does take a long time, but it's how I make sure to program even more time for the Lord into my day, which is very important to me, and it does really help me personally to feel better when I'm stressed, is to know that I have these things I can fall back to, reading my Bible, praying, things like that. Just knowing that my God is always with me, and I get to experience that through prayer, through reading the Word. So just programming that into my day so there's no way I can get around it is really important to me, especially now. So I'm just continuing to think of people. I will continue to think of people for a while more, but we'll let the music play while you get to watch. And now I am sitting down to start writing my to-dos for the day. So I'm using the same kind of thing of like that my desk also has that kind of whiteboard finish. So I'm writing down all of the things that I'll need to do after school today. So it's things like my German homework, my math homework, working on a project, things like that, just so that I don't forget. And so that when I get back from school, with the routine that I follow, having that already written down makes everything work so much smoother, because I like to have some time dedicated to my phone usually, or some other distraction, something that's chosen that day, so I have some time for that, and then I spend just a little bit of time reviewing my to-do list, adding anything else that I need to my to-do list, and then I like to dedicate the rest of the time between when I finish school at around 4:20 to 5 o'clock when I start dinner. I like to dedicate that time to reading the scripture, so that really helps me to have as much time as possible to dwell in the Word. And this today, I'm actually pulling open my Bibles already so that they're open to what I'm reading. So I actually have a study ESV Bible, and then I have an NRSV Bible, which I've had for much longer, which is what I usually take my notes in. So I'm just pulling up the passages that I'm reading for that day so that they're both ready and just make everything even more simple after school. So a lot of my time, as you'll see, is dedicated to making future Catherine just have a much easier time with life, of just, this is all set out for her, it's all planned out for her, all she has to do is just do as I have planned, and sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't, but overall it's just so much nicer to come back and everything's all set up for me. So that's what I'm kind of doing here. I'm pulling out things like, that was tape that I'm pulling out because I needed to fix one of the pages in my Bible because it actually started to rip, which is kind of sad because I really like this Bible and I don't want it to rip. But things like that, so it's just easier for me later on.
Good morning. It is Wednesday and it is about 8:40 and I just got up and ready. I am so glad that it is an I day and that I don't have school. But just because I don't have school doesn't mean I don't have homework to do. So I actually have to work on a revision for an essay. I have to work on writing up a lab, and then I have to prepare for my planetary science test, which is tomorrow. So let's getting on to doing that.
But first, we gotta have lunch. So I had my lunch, and now I'm starting to just work on my schoolwork here. As you can see, I've got plenty of snacks with me, and I am just trying to crank out as much schoolwork as I can because I am a morning worker. If you don't notice, I prefer to get all of my work done in the morning, so my afternoons and evenings are completely free to do whatever I want, which is very, very nice. So this is a 25-minute timer, and then at the evening, since it's Lent, I went to Lenten worship, which was very humbling tonight.
Good morning. It is already Thursday. I can't believe that. But I don't have a first mod today because it's a C day, and that means any class that only meets 3 times a day doesn't meet if it's on an odd mod. So in that time, I have to print my notes for planetary science, and then I'm gonna get breakfast and all that stuff. So I'm gonna kind of run around a bit for my class, but then it will be class time.
Okay, I'm literally like glowing in that last clip, but here is me printing out my notes for class because while it is an open note test, I need to have physical notes and I write all my notes online. So I'm printing them out here in the printer because I have pictures on mine. And then I'm heading off to class. You can see it's finally gotten bright outside as well. So we are moving to after school, and I am starting my after school routine, which I actually use an app specifically on my watch for. So it will set the timers for me for all of my things so that it will keep me on pace and just finishing everything up. So today during midday, I kind of made a mess in my room. So I decided to spend my 10 minutes instead of what I would normally do, which is either on my phone or somewhere else. I decided to crank out some worship music and to just clean out my room for a bit because clean room just helps me so much with my productivity and just getting on top of things. So I'm just a very neat person, so like things like unfolded stuff or things out on the floor really do distract me and they really do affect my productivity. Also, please ignore the singing going on. Sometimes the Holy Spirit just moves you and the music is something. So we're just going to ignore that, but I am spending my time just working on cleaning up because it's just so important to me to have a clean space. And then, as I said, I'll move on to my Bible study and then I'll head off to dinner. So
So it is like 11 o'clock at night. I just finished my RSL meeting. We actually had the RSLs for next year joining us, so that was really exciting. We got to kind of explain how it works and what our meetings are like and all that stuff. So that was really cool. But I am really tired and I still have to wake up at 7 tomorrow, so I am going to head to bed relatively quickly. I have to like clean up and all that stuff. I don't want to move too fast, but like my desk is kind of messy and I like to have it clean at the end of the night, and then just like giving myself some time to relax before I go to bed, which helps me so much. So I'm gonna go do that. Good morning. It is Friday. We made it finally. So it's about 7:30 and I am once again ready to go and get breakfast and start classes. But today is going to be a mostly chill day. I just have a presentation in speculative. Hey guys, so it's Sunday. I know the last clip that's on here was Friday, and that's because things got really crazy. I was really busy. But anyway, that's how life goes sometimes. So I just want to kind of wrap up this vlog now and just kind of like say like thank you so much for watching through this video. I know that there will be videos popping up on the screen. Please watch those as well. Just kind of, I hope that you've learned stuff from this video. I hope that like you've been able to just learn and get to know more about my life and more about Jesus. I hope to bring Jesus more into future videos, so please check that out. And just overall, I just want to thank you so much for watching. So have a good day. Bye.